Well, the expectation is that you're going to move on to the NFL. I want to address that, but the point is that after the loss to Michigan, you probably thought that might have been your last game, right?
Definitely, possibly. Just you never knew how stuff went, and especially the next week when USC lost. So I was just like, I got a whole new season and everything else to prepare for it. So honestly, I was just like thanking God for it.
Where did you watch that game? USC Utah game?
I couldn't watch it. I watched like the last little fourth quarter, but I was at the high school game, and so everybody just kept updating me with the scores and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I seen it was 17-7, I think, at one point, and I was just like, oh man, it's over with. And then I think like the game had ended, and it was halftime for their game, and it was 17-17. And I was like, cool, we got a chance. But besides that, I was just like, man, we're just praying that we got another chance to get in for the top four.
Is that like the most you cared about another game that you weren't playing in, like in years?
It felt like when you watch when you're a kid, and you watching other teams wishing somebody else lost when it's a wild card. So that's what really just felt like a wild card game. And
yeah.
We was praying to get in.
So then, like when it's over,
yeah.
And Utah wins, what's that moment feel like?
When Utah lost, we was like, okay, it's still not over with because a couple teams can still win. Yeah. You just never know how the committee reacts. So we was like, I'm like, you never know. And then when Utah lost, and then the TCU lost, I was like, yeah, we for sure got to get in. I'm just like, we got another chance, new leash on life.
Dawand, just when you watch Georgia's defense, what are the biggest things that stand out to you?
They swarm around. They get to the ball. They shed blocks. They move around fast, and especially us playing in a fast stadium, being around indoors, it's gonna be chaos. They get to play there a lot, so they get a little bit of an advantage. But I would just say they play fast and play physical to the ball.
Obviously, Jalen Carter is a guy that gets a lot of attention for them playing on the inside. What do you guys have to do on the outside to maybe help the interior line?
I would just say making sure when we have their ends dropped, we can just make sure we help down on the guard, just knowing that's a tougher job. He's basically the best D lineman in this draft class, so there's no play thing, especially with a couple guys like Matt and Donnie. So the outside guys definitely want to help.
Do you kind of relish the opportunity to go head-to-head with somebody like that?
I try to look for it, you know what I mean? Like they say, the good players rise to the occasion. And so I would say I'm one of the good players, so I definitely feel like I would have to rise to the occasion when it's time. And this is a big game. This is the biggest stage of them all to rise to the occasion.
Being a guy who is a senior, how much extra motivation is there to that to really want to finish your Ohio State career the right way?
I think that's the biggest thing, just knowing that after that 2-0 game, I thought that was my last game. And so I feel like just going out now to practice, like knowing that any sudden moment, it could be your last game with this upcoming one. You got to leave it all in line, whether it's practice, film, it doesn't matter.
So that would have been it for you if you guys had made the playoff?
I mean, you just never know how some things go. But,
Dawand, when you have a situation like that where you're mad about losing the game or you feel like you have a second life that you didn't know you would have, how can that affect the team on the football field in a game? Can you make you play differently or play better?
This upcoming year, I feel like we were all trying to like wash it out and make sure that that was Coach Dave's biggest thing is like it's basically 0-0. Like we're 14-1, like we had one loss, but they're 0-0, there was 0-0. So as long as we keep each other like on the same plate and just make sure when we come game time that we're playing to the best ability and we're just worried about Georgia, I feel like nobody really can mess with us, in my opinion.
How would you describe the last couple practices, for instance? What's the vibe been out there?
I would say a little bit before it was like we just ain't have no hope, but now like ever since we've been found that we have hope, the energy's changed. Everybody's been up, pads are clicking, and I feel like it's one of the most physical stages of practice, just because we're not outside no more, we're inside. When we get to go full speed, we're not tired, we can't breathe and stuff like that. So there's other aspects that come into it.